Apple CarPlay is officially here on all Tesla vehicles. Android Auto too, if that's more your thing as well. Teslas are some of the most tech-packed cars on the road today. They're amazing, but they're missing one huge thing that almost every other car has, and that is apps. As rumors continue to swirl of Tesla building their own full-fledged app store, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret in this video, and that is you don't need to wait for Tesla to do their thing or maybe not do their thing, because you can get a full-fledged app store and really full-fledged CarPlay and Android Auto on your Tesla right now. So in this video, let me walk you through the process step by step, how to set this up, how to get CarPlay or Android Auto on your Tesla wirelessly, how it all works, and how you can do this with a plug-and-play solution, and also show you some of the apps that you've got to have as well that really will enhance and change your Tesla experience, and really show you why Tesla is lacking in some major ways. So let me show you how to get CarPlay or Android Auto on your Tesla right now and show you how to do it, how it works, step by step. And also a huge thanks, of course, to LastFit for sponsoring this video. So let me start this video by answering the obvious question. Why does this even matter? Tesla has a bunch of their own apps. They've got their own games built in. They're adding stuff all the time. Their software experience is really good. They can do their own thing and they're doing it quite well. So why do you need CarPlay or Android Auto? Aren't those sort of solutions made for cars that have bad software experiences? Well, yes, but one of the big reasons CarPlay is a big deal and is a big sort of competitive advantage is that it has a vibrant app store that allows your car to do many more things that the manufacturer just never would allow it to do. Between different media entertainments and games and streaming sources, there's a lot that you can do with an app store, and as amazing as Tesla apps are, they just can't compete. They're like handful of apps with the hundreds, if not thousands of like car-made apps ready to take your Tesla experience to a whole new level. And let me be clear that this certainly isn't for everyone. You don't have to do this. If you're happy with the apps that Tesla has built in and you're sort of happy living in the confines of Tesla's walled garden, then more power to you. You can enjoy Tesla's experience and what they choose to offer and what they choose not to offer. But if you're looking for more options for streaming music and podcasts, more ways to plan your next EV road trip or order food on the go or watch content or play games, having access to the full power of an app store from your iPhone or Android phone is going to change the way you use your Tesla and will be a great advantage, which sort of leads to the next question, which is, well, how do I do this? To make a long answer short, there are many different ways you can do this. If you're not afraid to tinker with things and you like Raspberry Pis and doing something a bit more DIY, I have a full video walking you through that process. I will leave linked up here and down below. You can certainly do this yourself. There are some other sort of more custom off-the-shelf solutions you can buy on Amazon and other websites that will put a nice streamlined screen right in your dash. Looks great, looks very native, but does require a lot more on the install side. You've got to remove your dash, you've got to do some wiring. It's a lot more involved, but if you're looking for a simple plug-and-play solution, you want to plug in power, you want to go, you're looking for something a bit more cost-effective, and you don't want to tinker with anything, you just want to get it up and running, the best solution I have found after testing many things is this. This is a T2C box from a company called Carlin Kit. Full disclosure, I'm not, getting sponsored by them. This is not some kind of ad for them or anything like that. They did send me 2 of these boxes. One I've been using and one is sealed for the purposes of this video. I do have a custom coupon code for you guys as well if you want to save some money on this. I'll leave a link down below. But I have tried this and it's certainly not perfect, but it's the easiest plug and play solution that I have found. And once you get it up and running, it does work very reliably. And I'll actually show you in this video how to set this up in your Tesla step by step. Now, things may have changed since I got this box a few months ago, but let me open it up and show you what you get inside and sort of walk you through exactly what you need to do step by step. So let's just open it up on camera. Let me show you how this works. So the first thing you're going to get is a user manual, and you're going to see something about a nano SIM. I'll talk more about this in a moment because I saw a lot of confusion about this in comments on previous videos, but you do sort of get a little quick start guide here on what to do. You're going to get the box itself. itself, it looks like this. It's just a small little box. It's literally basically a little computer that sort of is able to take the signal from your phone, either Android or iOS, and then sort of cast that over to your Tesla through the web browser. And there's literally 2 ports. There's a USB-C port on here for power, so it's powered by just the port built into your car. There's a nano SIM slot, which again, I'll get into in a moment, and that's it. There's some lights on the front, but the box is super small. It looks like this. It's super easy to throw this in. Maybe you could throw it in the glove box. I guess there's a USB port in there. You could throw this in the glove box. I usually just put it in my center console. Basically, anywhere it has power in your car, you could throw this somewhere hidden away if you wanted to, if you could find a way to get power to it. But the box is super small, looks like that, and that can go anywhere in your car. And then you've got a couple of cables here. You've got a USB-C to USB-C cable if you're going to use the USB-C port. You've got a USB-A to USB-C cable. So if you're got an older Tesla with USB-A, you can go that route, and that is it. Very simple. Not a whole lot in the box, but not a lot needed because the setup process here is honestly pretty simple. Also, before I forget, this should work on any Tesla Model 3, Model Y, Model S, Model X. This is basically just going through the web browser, so as long as your Tesla can connect to a web page, which should be every Tesla on the road right now, this is going to work. I don't think the experience is well optimized for vertical screens, though it will work. I think best case scenario here is a horizontal screen, but again, gonna work on any model Tesla that you've got, and shouldn't be any problems there. And speaking of the Model 3, one of the best parts about owning a Model 3 or Model Y is finding the best accessories on the market that solve a really annoying problem. And I've talked before how annoying it is that Tesla doesn't include floor mats with the rear-wheel drive Model 3. Luckily, I was able to fix that with these beautiful, custom-designed, custom-made all-weather mats by the folks at LastFit. And now LastFit is back with another really important product, custom-designed for the Tesla Model 3, and here to solve a very important problem, and that is this. It's a super high quality matte finish door sill protector, and of course it's made by this video sponsor, LastFit. This custom design piece is perfectly made to fit inside of the Model 3 from any year. So even if you have one of the original Model 3s, you're picking one up today, this is going to fit perfectly, and it's going to protect that door sill from dings, scuffs, scratches, nicks, stains, everything that can happen to that little piece by the door. It's custom made to protect the inside of your car and gonna keep it looking amazing. And because LastFit custom made this, custom designed it for the Model 3, the install here is a breeze. It is super simple. It'll take you no time, and also you're getting all-weather protection here. This thing is super easy to clean. It's made of high-quality TPE material that is both environmentally friendly and also is offering a layer of long-lasting, durable protection. And after owning multiple Tesla models over the last couple of years, I've definitely noticed that any plastic material inside of the Tesla tends to really easily get scratched. It can get dirty super easily. So this is an excellent way to keep your interior looking brand new, keep it clean, keep it fresh, and protected from the elements. LastFit is known for their super high quality Tesla accessories. I love their floor mats, and this is just another awesome addition to their lineup that is going to pair perfectly for your Model 3. And again, super easy to install, going to keep it protected, and again, is also super easy to clean as well. So if you want to learn more about this accessory, pick it up for yourself today, and also check out all that LastFit has to offer and ways they can upgrade your Tesla today. Hit the link right down below to learn more. Check it out for yourself and pick one up and upgrade your Model 3 today. So referenced many times in the documentation here in the little pamphlet you're going to get in the box and also on the CarLink Kit website is that nano SIM. And I've gotten a lot of questions as to why a SIM card is required and what exactly does it do and do you actually need it? Well, long story short, no, you don't need the SIM, but let me tell you why it's referenced. The reason is, to keep things really simple, Teslas require an active internet connection to connect to a network. For whatever reason, even though you don't really need to do this for things on your computer and stuff like that, Teslas require it. And the way that all of these systems work to give you CarPlay on your Tesla in the browser is that they're basically tricking your phone into thinking they're connecting to a car, which is the case, it's a little custom computer. And then this is sending the signal from the box to basically a little web page that your car is able to access and then pull up and then use with the touchscreen. It doesn't require an internet connection to do this because everything is sort of being streamed through your phone. But because the Tesla Tesla requires an active connection. For the longest time, you had to have an active SIM card to sort of show, hey, I'm able to get online, and the Tesla would do the handshake and it would let you connect to that network, because before, without it, you couldn't make that connection. But if you don't want to deal with the SIM card and stuff like that, you can use your phone's built-in hotspot functionality. You can connect to it that way and you'll be good to go. So the very first thing I'm going to do doesn't even involve going anywhere here near the display. I'm going to start doing things on my phone, because what we need to do is get into the actual web page of this thing, probably do a software update, then we'll be able to have everything updated, good to go, and then get to those controls. Specifically, again, we're going to want to do our reverse, wireless hotspot feature to get it internet, and then once it has internet, we can actually get it set up here on the car. Sounds complicated, but trust me, it's super easy. Let me show you how to do that. So I'm here on my iPhone. I'm going to go into settings. I'm going to go to my Wi-Fi networks, and then I want to connect to the box directly here so I can get access to its settings. It's going to be called AutoKit _ whatever your model happens to be, and the password is 88. So it's going to be 88888888. I'm going to go ahead and hit join, and then if that's connected successfully there, we're going to see that the iPhone's actually able to pick up on the signal and connect to it, which is great. Obviously, there's no internet connection here, but we don't need that just yet. What we want to do is tap that little eye right here on the iPhone here, and we're going to want to look for the router. So we can see here the router IP address is 192.168.3.1. So now I'm going to load that up on my actual Safari here, so 192.168, I think that was .3.1, was that right there? Let's see, 3.1, apologies for the live thing here, I'll just double check that's right. .3.1, correct, I'm gonna type that in, and then now we're gonna go to the actual software page, really the settings page of this box, and here is where we can make the magic happen. All right, so after a few seconds, if we scroll down here, we can see there is in fact an update here, which is going to be important for us to do. So let's go ahead and tap the red update button and get that update going. So we're going to be updated and good to go here on the box. So quick update here. You'll notice in a moment that I've moved my car outside and things are set up a little different. The reason I did that was because I was having an issue getting the update to download. I tapped that button update and it wouldn't actually work. It would take a couple of seconds and it would fail. Basically, my idea and my thinking here is that it's using your phone's LTE connection, your 5G connection, to download that update. And because the signal in my garage was so poor, I needed to move to get better signal. I think that definitely is part of it. The other issue I found was that for whatever reason, connecting to the boxes via Wi-Fi and then loading that page and doing that stuff, nothing seemed to really work well. So if you have that issue, what I'll show in a moment is that I connected directly via Bluetooth. So I went into the Bluetooth settings, I connected to the box that way, then I was able to go back, reload the page, tap on the update button, and it downloaded it in like 2 minutes. So if you're having issues, try connecting via Bluetooth. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. But the reason you're gonna see me jump back to the car being outside is because I was having those issues, but I think that's what it is. So make sure you're in a place with pretty good cell coverage, because it's going to use your cell modem initially to download that update and then to use it going forward. And also make sure that you try connecting via Bluetooth if you have issues getting that update going over Wi-Fi, because that update is important because we need that update to ensure that we can use our phone's hotspot to make that internet magic happen. Okay, so you saw my little iPhone cut-in video. Let me explain exactly what I did to get that update working. That was really weird, so it wasn't working over Wi-Fi. So what I needed to do was head into my settings here on my iPhone under Bluetooth, and then I needed to connect to the AutoKit box that way via Bluetooth. You can connect to it via Wi-Fi, and you should be able to do the update, but for whatever reason, my update was stalling and I was not able to do that. So if you run into that issue, head into your Bluetooth settings. Okay, so with that update done, now we're able to come in here and we got more different settings that we can see in our settings page. So now we're up to date and we've got the important settings that we want to see here with the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth modem. So Bluetooth modem on is going to mean that it's using your phone's internet connection. So it's using your cell connectivity to provide the internet connection it needs, the little modem functionality for the Tesla to connect. If you have the Bluetooth modem off, that means it's going to rely on the nano SIM technology, or the nano SIM card inserted rather, to act as that buffer to give the Tesla its internet connection. So that's the switch we need. I think that you might have a different version that's shipping with these newer models, but because I have an older one, on. I had to do the update process. So now that we're updated and we're good to go, that's all we have to do. Now we can jump to the car, and this is where the fun begins. All right, so to get our car connected, we're gonna come up here to the top right corner, tap on LTE, and we wanna connect to the box's Wi-Fi connection. In this case, we know it's gonna be AutoKit, so we're gonna tap on that. And then it's gonna ask for the password. Again, it's gonna be 88. So 88888888. We're gonna hit confirm, and then if all goes according to plan, our car will connect to it, and then we can actually load up the box and get going. If you cannot connect to it, that means there's some weird issue with the data connection with the box, which likely means the box needs to be updated. So if you cannot connect from your car to the box, make sure that software is up to date. But as we can see here, everything went well. So now we can actually do some fun things. We're gonna head into the browser here on the Tesla. So I'm going to see if I can find the browser, which I'm kind of blanking out on. There it is. They always like to change the icon. And then we're going to go to the special address, which is programmed for this, which is testpush.com. So TESPUSH.com. And once we enter, we're going to see maybe for a second the splash screen of the back end of this. But then, hey, we're actually loaded into CarPlay. And if I go like that, wait a second, we're actually into CarPlay, and there it is. That is the full CarPlay experience ready to go here on our Tesla. Literally just took a software update, and now we're good to go. And really, once it's running, there's nothing else you need to do. You can jump into the back end and you could, I think you can specify different Wi-Fi radios you can use, and you can do different things with the resolution, but out of the box, this is what it is, and it's pretty good. Again, this is sort of a workaround. It's streaming from this box via the local internet connection here to the car, so it's not gonna be as smooth or fluid as a native app, but for what it is, it's pretty good. Of course, you're getting the full-on touchscreen capabilities here. I can like load up Google Maps, and there it is. We're getting ready to go, and I can use full-on touch controls to do what I want to do. I can navigate around. I can jump into apps, for example, like here I am in Apple Music. I can head into my phone if I wanted to. This is the full CarPlay experience right here on your Tesla. And yes, if you're wondering, Waze works, baby. You can load up Waze, you can be good to go, and now I can use full-on Waze here with my car here right inside of my Tesla. So one of the initial questions you might be asking is, what about audio? How does the audio route? Can I actually listen to music and stuff through there? Yes, you can. How it's working is that this is sort of doing the video. The web browser here, this box does the video, and then your phone is going to connect to the car normally via Bluetooth. So you can see my phone here is connected via Bluetooth. If I was to go to Apple Music, for example, I'm going to turn this down low because I don't want to get a copyright strike, but if I was to play this, it's gonna play in the car because it's basically just controlling my phone. So you've got full-on audio here. If you wanna have audio for Audible, for example, or for Waze, you totally have that, because again, the audio is coming through the car via Bluetooth separately. This is just sort of controlling your phone through the CarPlay interface. If I wanna jump into the Auto tab, by the way, this is gonna set me into the behind-the-scenes stuff, so I can see more information on the cellular connection. I can look into Wi-Fi. If I wanna do all that stuff, I can. But of course, if I just wanna go back to CarPlay, I can do that, and it's literally as simple as that. So now that you've seen that, let me show you some of the cool things you can do. For example, I think one of the things that many people would love to use on their Tesla is Waze. You've got, of course, full-on Waze functionality here. If I wanted to go through a drive-through location, for example, let's say, oh, I want to really go to Starbucks, I can use basically the full-on Waze interface here and do that. And this will run as you're in drive as well. Let's turn that down. Obviously, it's I think there's some regulation stuff with different locations around the world, but here in the US, and I believe all of North America and other locations as well, I can have the browser up while I drive, so this will give me sort of the full CarPlay interface here as I drive. Again, here's full-on Waze. I've got all my controls here. I can look at the directions. All that is going to work beautifully here, and it's going to work like you're using any other CarPlay head unit. Speaking of that, I can also come in here and I can go through some settings and change things. So let's say, for example, you know, I really want to change the wallpaper to something a bit different. I'm more of a fan of this abstract one, for example. Or this blue one, for example. So I can tap on that, I can hit set, and it's going to work. It's going to work here like any other CarPlay head unit. There's other settings you can adjust here as well. Maybe you want to change how Siri suggestions work, light mode and dark mode, driving focus, for example, that's nice. Like I showed before, you've got full-on Apple Music here support as well. That's built into the Tesla these days, so that isn't too big of a deal. But if you use other audio apps like Apple's cool audiobooks platform, for example, or maybe you use Blinkist or you use Audible or one of these other sort of third-party audio apps, you've got no way to use it in your Tesla besides using it over Bluetooth, which gives you no way to actually navigate around or do anything. Cool thing about this is that I've got the full Blinkist app, so if I wanted to tap on this and start playing it, it's going to play over Bluetooth, and I've got full controls, something I wouldn't have with native CarPlay. I can navigate around, I can go to my library. That's really cool to see, if I can speak. The podcast apps is going to work here as well. Obviously, there is Spotify podcast, but it's not going to work as good as a native podcast app would. I can see my calendar if I wanted to go to Apple News, for example. You've got the full-on Apple CarPlay experience here in your Tesla, which is really, really cool to see. One of the big ones, which is really cool as well, is messages. I'm not going to open this up because it's going to show all my text messages, but the Tesla doesn't handle messages natively, which is not the case for having a full-on messages app, so that is cool. And then there's other things as well, some EV-centered apps like PlugShare, for example. Obviously, you're able to see the supercharger locations here really easily inside of your Tesla, but you can't see other level 2 chargers or other, basically non-Tesla chargers. PlugShare obviously fixes that, and I've got the full PlugShare app here as well, and if I wanted to go here and navigate to Laguna Woods Village, for example, get directions, I can do that here right inside of CarPlay, which is very, very cool to see, though maybe sometimes it doesn't work all that well. Seems like I didn't get it there exactly. Let's see. Let's Google Maps. Well, that seems more like a PlugShare issue than it does CarPlay. Let's see if Apple Maps can do the trick. Ah, there we go. Maybe Apple Maps is good sometimes. You do, of course, have full Apple Maps control here as well. Google Maps, Spotify, Libby, that's another audiobook player that you can use. Just lots of really cool things and services you have access to on the Tesla that you just never did before. And I'm not really sure there's much else to say. I think the big thing here is that you now have access to all of these apps. It's a really big deal for third-party audio apps. So if you're really big into podcasts, for example, like I'm a big Overcast fan, being able to have this control here and this interface is very nice. And also I should mention that if you're just not a fan of this, or you want to get rid of it, for example, like let's say I want to check the Tesla map, for example, I can just hide it like that. I can close the browser, I can do my thing, the audio is going to continue to play, but when I want it back, I can just open up the browser and it'll, load right up and there it is. So you're not having to commit to anything. The nice thing is there's no wires, there's no cables. I just have it there when I need it. Don't need to have it there when I don't want it. And like I said, you're getting a pretty good experience here, especially it being plug and play. I think the big thing obviously is, it's not going to be as fast as a native Tesla app, but given what it's trying to do, this is really cool to see. And as we see CarPlay change over the years, or Android Auto, for example, as you get new apps that come out and do new things and add more functionality, you're going to be able to get that here right inside of CarPlay, which you couldn't get before. Really cool, full-on CarPlay experience, some cool apps, and yeah, this is going to add CarPlay to your Tesla with just a couple of taps. So to wrap this up, like I said initially, this is not the perfect solution. I have yet to find anything that is super fluid with the animation, something super fast. But again, if you're looking for a plug-and-play solution that does what it says it's going to do, give you wireless CarPlay or Android Auto, then this is the best solution that I've currently found. There's been a lot of innovation in this space. Companies are trying new things. I'd expect this to get better. But because this is sort of a workaround and not officially supported by Tesla, you can't expect anything amazing when you're sort of doing this because the browser really wasn't made to do this. As of now, it is going to give you that full experience to the best that we've got it right now, and will give you CarPlay or Android Auto on your Tesla. Again, we've heard rumors for a while now that Tesla is working on their own full-fledged app store, so if that is up and running soon and competitive, you shouldn't even need to do this workaround. But until then, if you're looking for more apps on your Tesla, if you're looking for an easy way to stream podcasts through your favorite podcast client, or you want to stream YouTube music or Audible books on your Tesla that you can't do natively, this is a really good solution and is going to work in your Tesla pretty easily. So again, if you want to learn more about this box, pick one up for yourself and use the coupon code. I'll leave a link down below, as well as all that cool last fit stuff as well. And that is that. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for your support. If you made it this far, drop the phone emoji down below, and also let me know what apps you'd like to see on CarPlay, Android Auto, or apps that would come natively to your Tesla. If Tesla can make that happen, what app would you want to see in Tesla's App Store? As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for the support. I am Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you all in the next one.